Now, when Mercury is in the second house from Saturn, so what is the relationship now? Mercury is in the second house from Saturn, and Saturn is in the 12th house from Mercury. So this brings in the discipline, the commitment, the loyalty of Saturn, but also the practicality, the thoughtful decision making, the communication skills, the perfection, the working hard on something that Mercury brings in. However, what this also does is, because Mercury is second from Saturn, so the person's analytical ability, the person's ability to take thoughtful decision making, how his or her communication is, all will combine to help the person take long-term stable decision. However, Saturn is 12th from Mercury. So sometimes what may happen is, if you are dual-minded, if you're not clear in your mind, sometimes you don't take the decision on time, or you don't use data, or you don't use enough opportunity or make use of the opportunity because you feel you don't have enough clarity. So because of not being clear in the mind, you end up making losses, because Saturn is 12th from Mercury. So what it does is, this does is, sometimes in terms of, for example, expenditure, you may either be too stingy, trying to not spend money because you're not sure, should I really buy this, do I really need this or not. So you end up not buying something, you end up not taking a decision, you end up not making an investment, you end up not getting into a relationship, you end up not taking a relationship forward because the Mercury is flawed. But if Mercury is in a very strong state, then what may happen is that you may take quick decisions, you may take thoughtful decisions also. However, sometimes what happens, because you're more quick in decision making, you think you have enough information on hand to be able to take the decision, sometimes losses come long term, because sometimes you're not stable in a place for long enough to have long term stability. So if you have Mercury in the second house from Saturn, this may allow you to make good money, good income, long-term income also. This can be a good breadwinner also, because you're combining the strength of Saturn and the intellect of Mercury. However, how you make decisions, especially connected to your earnings, your financial decisions, are important, because what is the second house from any house? The second house from the house is the values, the integrity, the community, the earnings, the nourishment, the language that you're able to imply. So here, if Mercury is in the second house from Saturn, usually the person will be somebody who will be very value oriented, integrity oriented, will be very earnings oriented. However, sometimes the decisions have to be thought through, because the direct impact on this is your earning potential, your potential to be able to save money, your potential to also get the nourishment home. So be careful not to rush into any decisions assuming you have enough information, because long-term stability will be affected by this placement.